And now the transit cop who went from the New York subway to the Hollywood fast track. He's John DiResta, the latest blue-collar comic to aim for big-time stardom.
I was a cop in the subway in New York for 12 years. And I saw a lot of misfits and freaks, not only in the subway, but also at work, my fellow officers.
DiResta worked with the homeless, driving them to shelters.
Nobody was taken against their will. And we even gave them food, which we like to call bum bait.
Here he is doing the donut thing. But times were tough back then. 3 kids, cop salary, blue collar to the bone. He started doing stand-up comedy near his home on Long Island.
I was born in Far Rockaway, Queens, which is a nice neighborhood if you're a bullet.
Okay, a guy doesn't pay his fare. Come on, buddy.
Right, well, that's what other guys did. I didn't care. Go ahead. No, I didn't care.
Would you let people go in?
Yeah, I would let anyone. Well, you know what, when I first got on, I'm like, hey, people, hey, officer, can I get it for free? You know, it's Christmas Day. Go ahead. A year later, it's New Year's Eve. Go ahead. 6, 7 years into it, it's Lincoln's birthday, Groundhog's Day, Secretary's Week. Come on in. Everybody go. I'd hold the doors open. I could care less. No, go ahead. No, don't pay. It's on me. I hate my job. Come on, go ahead.
Years ago, you had to buy your own uniform.
No, the funny thing is, since you have to pay for your own uniform, no one re-ups every year. So when you gain 65 pounds, you have the same shirt from when you weighed, 170. And if the button pops, it'll take like someone's eye out. The bulletproof vest, which once fit nice, 12 years into it, now becomes a ballistic lobster bib. That barely covers your areolas.
Somehow, these guys, prancing around in Speedos, jumping on top of each other, that's okay.
Bill,
you don't see that as...
I went to wrestling 3 weeks ago. Listen, I went, and I felt like white trash going. I felt like, and the only thing... What? My son wanted to go. Hold on. The only thing that validated it was Dennis Miller was there with his kids in the front row. I said, wait, I'm not white trash. Dennis is funny. I look up to him. He was there in the front row with his 2 kids. I saw him in the binoculars.
Let's say you were a cop, transit cop. You did stand-up comedian work on the side. Suddenly you get a big break. They pay you $600,000 for your act to create a sitcom. John DiResta, here he is.
What's up, guys?
All right, they've got a Penthouse photographer coming in.
I saw some of them outside.
Yeah, these girls want to get into Penthouse.
Some of them ain't going to get in.
Some of them are not going to get in?
Yeah, hey, some of them should get a sitcom.
Hey, maybe you ought to sit here and evaluate some of them. Would you? Would you be honest? Would you be honest?
Of course.
What do you think about this girl?
Killer body.
Killer body is right.
Killer body. And I think...
Killer body. Killer body, right? Killer body. But what do you think? But not good enough for Penthouse, right? Go ahead.
It's her nose.
She needs a nose job, right?
Holster that weapon.
28.
Wow.
And you got married when you were 14?
And didn't have to. She got married at 14, didn't have her first kid till she was 16.
Wow, you are from the backwoods, honey.
Who's your husband, Jerry Lee Lewis?
Yeah. Suzanne's got to be kidding me.
Oh, dear.
Suzanne, come on.
Gary!
Suzanne, have you ever read Penthouse?
Ah!
Have you ever seen Penthouse?
Were you a transit cop?
And one of the guys I was working with, the guy who plays my partner in the film, this guy, John DiResta, is a huge De Niro fan. John would basically sit around with De Niro and basically just quote lines to De Niro all the time. And De Niro would be like, I don't even know what movie that line is from.
Right.
So it was sort of, it was a little weird.
Let's take a look.
Nice work.
Let's go, Bobby.
Say hello to your Uncle Tony for me. Biggest fucking pain in the ass you ever want to meet.
What?
What do you guys think that I would tell my friends after I spent the night with each one of you?
You would tell your friends that I have bigger breasts than you.
You apparently were the warm-up for a boxing match involving
that was great. I got a call.
The police athletic
Now,
unit.
I work midnights. My wife wakes me up 10 in the morning. There's a guy on the phone who wants to know if you want to open up for NYPD boxing match. 1,100 drunken New York City cops. I'm in a boxing ring as the opening act, and as they say, our opening act is a comedian. As he says the word comedian, they start booing. He hands me the mic and says, "Good luck, buddy. You're going to need it." I get in the ring. I said, "Give me a..." And I had my comedy jacket on. They didn't know. No one knew me at the time. I said, "Give me a break. I'm a cop." And sure enough, someone said, "Yeah, right. Where do you work?" I said, "Well, I'm transit." And they booed twice as loud. So it was fun. And I left to a huge applause. 20 minutes later, people coming over, "Where are you playing again?"
Have you met any unusual clients?
Oh, man. The other night, we had an 85-year-old woman client. She looked just and sounded just like Ruth Gordon from Every Which Way But Loose. Remember that?
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I said, how old are you? Stop asking me personal questions. I don't like this crap. She kept using the word crap, just like in the movie.
You are funny. John DiResta is the guest, and you haven't heard the last of him.
Welcome back. Our next guest is a very funny comedian, has appeared in such films as Miss Congeniality and 15 Minutes. If you live on the East Coast, you can see him performing live at Connecticut's Mohegan Sun Casino on January 3rd. Please welcome John DiResta.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is John DiResta, and I am very proud of my ethnic background. I am 100% pure white trash. Yeah. Our Christmas lights have been on since 1972. Now, I don't mean like Jerry Springer white trash with a mullet. We were more like upper middle white trash with a mullet. If you don't know what upper middle white trash is, I'll give you an example. We owned our own house when I was a kid. We owned our own house, but only had one bathroom that was so small you had to pull your pants down first out in the hallway and then back onto the toilet. Everyone has some degree of white trash in them. Everyone, I can prove it. Has anyone here ever ordered 12 CDs for a penny? And then use a fake name but the real address? Twice? Anyone ever drive with a mattress on the roof of their car? Yeah! And then had to put their left arm out to keep it from doing a wheelie? Yeah, being fat sucks. It does. My face is always red. Always red. Just before Craig said, "Hey, John, what are you getting, little son?" I said, "No, I'm fat." I put my socks on 2 hours ago. I'm still recovering. I got to shop at the big and tall man shop. Thank God I'm a petite. My wife's gained a little weight. Last night we had just got done making love. Just got done. My wife was lying there, basking in the afterglow. Don't hate the player, hate the game. My wife looks me right in the eye and says, "Hey, John, you know what? We've been married a long time. Maybe it's time we thought about having a threesome." So you know what, Fran? I'm 260, you're 180. I think we just had a threesome. And we saved $400. Yeah, the reason I'm fat is because I used to get free food at my old job. I was a New York City police officer for 12 years. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. A lot of people don't believe me when I tell them I was a New York City cop. I could prove it. Look at me. Cop hair, no neck, no ass. Well, I wasn't a real cop. I was a transit cop. I worked in the subway of New York for 12 years. Our motto, you ride, we hide. I had 9 arrests in 12 years. My gun was so rusted shut, I would have to throw it at a perpetrator to take him down. All I wanted out of my night was free food. I got so much free food on job time, by the end of my career, my bulletproof vest fit more like a ballistic lobster bib that barely covered my areolas. Nipples. That job sucked. I still remember my last day ever as a transit cop. I got stuck on the train at rush hour. I was mushed up against the window like this. I could not move a single muscle. There was a homeless guy to my right wearing 9 ski coats and no pants. Just as I thought it couldn't get any worse, some pervert started to dry hump my ass from the rear. And I was so bored, I started to push back just a little. Oh, yeah. Who's your daddy? It was right at that moment I knew I had to quit the job because I liked it. Thank you.
Nice job, John. Good job. All right.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
John